We just broke open the Solid South and no more.
Fired up. Ready to go. Fired up. Ready to go.
We are here because we are extremely saddened and annoyed and just angry about the voter ID bill that they're trying to pass currently at the North Carolina General Assembly. We believe that it's a poll tax and we believe it's unconstitutional, and we're here to march against it and protest against it.
If the voter ID was passed today, it would disenfranchise over 600,000 North Carolina residents. And that's not only blacks, that's whites, poor, elderly, veterans. So it would be a vast number of people that would be disenfranchised by this bill that's not really needed in the first place.
If you're already an American, if you already have a social security number, if you aren't a felon, why should you have to pay a poll tax? Why should you have to do something extra?
The only thing that I feel that you should be able to do is when you go to vote, give me your name, address, and if it matches the paper, you should be good. I mean, it's worked in the past, so why try and change something if it's not broke?
Forward together!
Not one step back!
Forward together!
Not one step back!
It is just a photo voter ID. However, first of all, I feel like it's the slippery slope. I feel like it's going to start with that, and then it'll be even more different types of tactics to try to stop people. They're currently thinking about passing a bill that's going to penalize the parent of a child that registers to vote at a certain college and doesn't register to vote in their hometown. So to me, this is just one of the many different tactics that they're trying to use as voter suppression.
Especially being a college student, we have many students coming from all over the world, and for them to have to go register within the state for a photo voter ID or a photo identification card, and then go to the polls and have to vote, it's just a big way of making it harder for us to vote.
You have to think about the people the homeless, the poor, and all those people who don't drive, who do not have a photo ID. So pretty much you're disenfranchising them from their right to vote.
Unfortunately, North Carolina isn't the only state considering something like this right now. And as North Carolina is in the forefront, we also need to be in the forefront to protect those who would be oppressed, disenfranchised, and of course the poor. Because for financial things, the financial obligations for things like voting, the poor would definitely be oppressed by this.
Therefore, this voting ID bill is completely unnecessary.
I feel that if they was to take away Sunday voting and same-day registration, it would also be a way of them cutting back on the minority vote.
Sunday voting is one of those things that's kind of important to me because I'm a student. And Monday through Friday, I'm in class, and if I'm not in class, I'm trying to take care of myself through my jobs. So on the weekends is probably one of the best times for me to be able to vote. And I know definitely in the black community, that's one of the things that we've pushed in the last couple of years is the Sunday voting. And to me, doing away with Sunday voting is kind of a direct attack on those people, minorities, blacks, poor people, and that kind of thing.
I believe that trying to do away with the Sunday voting is just another way of trying to suppress voters. Many people work Monday through Friday, therefore they might only have time to go vote on a Saturday or Sunday. So when you take away that day, it'll make it less likely for that person to be able to go vote.
We don't need no voter ID. We got to educate.
With the General Assembly trying to get rid of the Sunday voting, better known as sold to the polls, that's really going to affect the African American community the most.
As an African American myself, I feel that when you come to church, you do come for help, you come for an outreach, being able to be one community, and traveling there to go vote and register that same day, that is a major thing and a big way of showing love, compassion for what you stand for and what you believe in.
Again, I go to church on Sundays myself, and I don't know if people know, but a lot of the stereotypes about black churches being an all-day event are true. My church starts at 8, and we can get out of there at 5 or 6. Typically the lines are packed if the voting booths are open. And then during the week, people do work shifts, and people also have children and families.
So I think if they was to take that out, that would not separate the black church, but it would hurt the black church.
I'm a political science major, and actually just last month we went over a lot of the different voting restrictions that were put in place, especially in the South, against African Americans and other minorities. And honestly, this bill reminds me of those same exact tactics that were used in the past. So it almost feels like we're taking one step forward, 2 steps back.
We fight, we fight, we fight. When they take our voting rights, what do? We fight, we fight, we fight.
Now is the time for us to come together and create something, you know, make a change, because it only takes 1 or 2 people to, you know, change the world. And I feel that we can do that if we just come together.
When they attack the Constitution, what do? We fight, we fight, we fight. We fight, 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 we fight. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Say it. Turn me around. Say it. Turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. We're gonna keep on walking. Keep on walking.
And so I am inspired because of your determination. And as I have come here today, I've come to say that I am determined with you, that we will not go back.
That's right, that's right.
We've come too far to go back.
Yeah.
We made too much progress to turn back now.
Yeah.
And as long as the fire of desire is in you, we're going to fight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And let it be known to the legislative body that would desire to take us back, that they have no idea, no idea at all of what they fight against. For they fight not only against those who are standing here today, but the determination of so many who have come to the point of recognizing that our constitutional rights are too sacred for anybody to take them away.
Yes, sir.
And so with that determination, we are here today, along with unseen thousands who have made up their mind that we will fight forward together.
Not one step back.
We're not born with the instinct not to care for others. We don't come out into this world trying to lift ourselves up by putting others down. This is something that is taught. We are born in the image of God, and God is all about caring for your fellow man. We are naturally empathetic and loving people. We have just been poisoned by society. But let these actions in Raleigh be your vaccine. Let it be your antidote of empathy, of compassion, of fairness. And when that consumes you and has renewed your heart and has cleared your eyes, fight. Fight for what is needed. Fight for what is just. Fight for your fellow man. Fight for who won't even fight for themselves. Because at the end of the day, when you go home and you look yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself that question that everybody asks themselves, what kind of person am I?
Yes, sir.
That's going to be the only thing that matters.
You know what? I have news for the Republicans and the General Assembly today. We don't approve of this voter ID law.
That's right.
We don't. And we will not stop until everybody has the right to exercise their vote without being disenfranchised. Each and every one of you here today, I ask you, I plead with you to get active immediately, because this is not the time for us to wait on somebody else to take our mission. So in order for us to prosper as a community, we have to remember the African proverb that says, each one teach one.
There you go.
We have to go back to we are our brothers and sisters keepers.
Yes, sir.
Because together, we can create a common good that can change the world. This is not the first step. We're not done yet. So don't take off your marching shoes, because you'll need them again.
Because I got over there at Bethel today, Bethel AME, and I saw some cameras right when I walked in, and I saw some folks being interviewed. Now, I don't have to go quote Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. or Malcolm X right now. I can quote some of you. Because when you were asked the question of why are you marching today, you said because there are some people that need to be cared about that aren't being cared about by this General Assembly. These are your words. I was sitting in the back of the church, and I was trying to fix these old megaphones here, trying to get the batteries to work, and there's 2 of them sitting in my car because they don't even work, but I was sitting there trying to make them work, and this sister from Bennett, she came up with one of these right here. Here she is right here. How could I forget it? She said, you know, we need to go and educate this community.
That's right.
So she took some of the flyers that had some of the pointed facts of why we have to stand up against this bill right now, right into the community, right at that moment. Less than an hour ago, when folks were going door to door, taking down names, emails, and phone numbers, and saying that as a community, yeah, we're marching, but we're not marching for vanity. We're not marching for ourselves, and we're not marching just to march. We're here to educate, agitate, and organize. So there is something to be said for a short-term history that you're a part of. And I hope that each and every one of you take this home with you in your heart today. Feel confident. Feel confident that you did a good thing today. And the change that you want to see in the world, when you commit yourself to working towards that change, you become that change.
We are not of those who shrink back, or fall back, or go back unto destruction. No. 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 We are those. We are the generation that perseveres even unto the salvation of the Spirit. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So today, this beginning is the substance of things hoped for. And we are the evidence of things not seen. And that is the day when this tide of regression shall be turned back, and the fresh waters of justice shall flow freely. We believe it. We will not go back. We've got the faith, and we're going to keep on marching until it comes. Amen.
I helped organize this today because I felt like it was my God-given duty to help other people. There's people who couldn't even get up out of their beds today as we were walking by and going house to house, but they felt moved by what we were doing, and it just gave me great honor to just be a voice for them. I think that they're trying to pass these laws because I feel like they're just trying to have a hold on us, basically, have a hold on the minority and make it seem as if they have power over us, which they don't. We went house to house today because we feel as if there were people who needed to know about this. We felt that we needed to get the community more involved because it felt like we were doing a lot, but we needed more help. We needed people to come out and support us as we support them. As we went door to door, surprisingly, yes, a lot of people didn't know. They didn't know that we were having a march, but now that we told them that we're having a march, and there will be future marches, that they feel honored to help us, that they want to join with us and fight for rights that are rightfully theirs. I feel like this is just the start, and the last part of it is going to be amazing.